Secret. Housing costs are climbing, and now more boomers are turning to something that was associated with college students. That's getting a roommate.
Sharing a home is becoming less about lifestyle, right? And sadly more about staying financially afloat. Wink News reporter Summer Senni joining us live now from the 81 West Apartments. They're located right off 6 Mile Cypress, north of Daniels Parkway.
So Summer, can you put it into perspective for us? Do you have any idea how much it costs to just rent a one-bedroom apartment there?
Maisie, rent here ranges between $1,500 to $1,600 a month. That's for a 15-month lease, and that doesn't include some of those other expenses like utilities or the internet. And because rent is expensive here in Southwest Florida, seniors are having to find other ways to be able to afford to live in the area. So one of the things that they are trying out is finding a roommate.
Basically 16 feet of water which came up almost to those windows.
3.5 years after Hurricane Ian, Gregory Hunt's Fort Myers Beach home is still unlivable.
Wiped out my first floor, and so we had to deal with that, digging out, a lot of FEMA help.
Hunt has to raise his home and replace these posts underneath. And while he fixes his house, he hasn't had a permanent place to call home.
I've been living, family, friends. This month I'm in an Airbnb because all my family and friends have like people here, right? So I got to spend money.
How much have you spent on at least the Airbnb so far?
I'm spending about $300 a week with Airbnb.
And he's not the only one. More seniors are struggling to find affordable housing in Southwest Florida.
They're getting hit even harder than some other segments of the population because of the fact that a lot of them are on fixed incomes.
Thomas Felke is the executive director of the Shady Rest Institute on Positive Aging at Florida Gulf Coast University. He says in Lee County, 32,000 people age 60 and over are living below the poverty line.
The adoption of a roommate is one of the things that we are seeing older adults turning to as everyone deals with the affordable housing crisis that we've seen.
A solution that Hunt believes could be a step toward his future.
I'm 63 years old. I feel like I bought this to finish here. And that part's been a downer. I'd take a roommate. If somebody wanted to put me up, I'd be happy to.
Hunt's story there is just one of many. The Area Agency on Aging serves 7 local counties, and they tell me that for their coverage area, there's just about 800,000 seniors age 60 and over. They also told me that last month, 10% of their calls were for housing needs, which is more than they've had over the past few months.
And so, Summer, are seniors actually living together as roommates here in Southwest Florida?
Taylor, they are. I spoke to some that are actually putting this idea into action, and you'll hear their stories, as well as an organization that is working to make this a reality for even more people, coming up on Wink News at 8:30. Back to you.
All right, Summer Senni, thank you so much.
Well, nearly